Chapter 10: Weather, Air and Water. Introduction. Air is the Earth's atmosphere. We are surrounded by air. We cannot see it, but we can feel when it blows. Moving air is called wind. It has no color or smell. Air is a matter as it has mass and weight. The existence of water is essential for life on the earth. Water covered around 70% of the Earth's surface. Water is liquid. It flows. It is found in rivers, lakes and oceans. It is also present under the ground. Weather is the state of the atmosphere with respect to heat and cold, wetness or dryness, calm or storm, clearness and cloudness. Because of the sun, air and water, the weather keeps changing. In this chapter we will know about them one by one. Weather. Weather is the state of the atmosphere of a place at a particular time in relation to heat, cloudiness, sunshine, wind and rain. The weather can be hot, cold, dry, windy, rainy or humid. The weather changes every day or even every few hours. Weather condition changes due to the presence of the sun. The heat of the sun affects the movement of air and changes the form of water, which brings about change in the weather. The heat of the sun warms the earth during the day but not during the night, so nights are generally cooler than days. The earth spins about its axis and revolves around the sun. One half of the earth is closer to the sun while other half of it is away from the sun. The part of the earth that is closer to the sun has summer and the days are warm and longer. The part of the earth away from the sun has winter and the days are cooler and shorter. The sun also plays an important role in blowing of winds. The air gets heated up due to the heat of the sun. The heated air becomes lighter and rises up. To fill its space, cool air which is heavier comes in. This movement continues and causes winds. Air. Air is all around us. We cannot see it, but we can feel its presence when it blows. Moving air is called wind. The wind blows because of the sun. Gently moving wind is called breeze, while fast-moving wind is called storm. Properties of air. Air is the mixture of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapors, dust, etc. Air has mass and occupies space. Due to this reason, the balloons and footballs filled with air are heavier than empty one. Warm air rises and cooler air sinks. Air makes the things move. The moving air causes the rotation of blades of the windmill. Land breeze and sea breeze. The sun shines equally on both the land and sea. But land and water do not become warm at the same rate. This causes continuous movement of air from hot to cold regions and vice versa. This continuous movement is called air current. In coastal areas, these air currents are responsible for causing sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze. During day, land gets heated up, which in turn heats the air above it. The hot air rises up from the land, and the cool air from the sea flows in to take its place. This is known as sea breeze. Land breeze. At night, the reverse process takes place. Land cools down faster than the sea. Now, The air above the sea is warmer than the air above the land. The warm air rises above the sea and the cool air from the land now rushes towards the sea. This is known as land breeze. Water. Nearly 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. Water is found in ponds, lakes, rivers, seas, wells and under the ground. Water is also present in air as water vapor. Water cycle. Water exists in nature in three states: solid, ice, liquid, water, and gas. Water vapor. The heat of the sun causes changes in these states. The sun slowly heats the water in lakes, oceans and seas to change it into water vapor. The process by which water changes into water vapor is called evaporation. As the water vapor rises, it cools down to form tiny water droplets. This process is called condensation. These water droplets come together to form clouds. When the clouds become heavy, it begins to rain. This is called precipitation. This cycle continues in nature and is called the water cycle. Precipitation. Precipitation occurs in different forms like hail, snow, fog, dew and rain. Hail. When raindrops pass through a cold region of the atmosphere, they freeze as balls of ice and become hail. Snow. When water vapor is cooled suddenly, it freezes into tiny white snowflakes. This is called snow. Fog. Sometimes during winter season, water vapor condenses just above the ground to form a thick cloud. This is called fog. Dew. During cold winter nights, sometimes water vapor condenses when they come in contact with cold objects. This is called dew. You can see dewdrops settled on plants, cars and other things in winters. Frost. When it is very cold, the dew or fog freezes into tiny white crystals. This is called frost. Rain. When drops of water become too large and heavy to remain suspended in air, they fall on the ground. This is called rain. Impurities in water. Rainwater is the purest form of water, but as it falls through air, it dissolves some gases, bits of dust and floating microbes present in air in it. Thus, it becomes impure. Impurities in water pollute it and make it unfit for drinking. If we drink polluted water, we may fall sick. There are three kinds of impurities present in the water. 1. Insoluble impurities. These can be seen clearly as they do not dissolve in water. For example, sand and mud. 2. Soluble impurities. These dissolve in water, so they cannot be seen. For example, chemicals. 3. Disease-causing germs or microbes. These cannot be seen, but they are present in untreated water. Purification of water. Contaminated water can be cleaned by following ways: sedimentation and decantation. These processes are used to separate insoluble impurities from the water. The contaminated water is let to stand still for some time in a container. The heavy impurities settle down at the bottom of the container. This is known as sedimentation. Now, the clear water is poured out slowly into another container. This process is known as decantation. Filtration. It is the process of removing insoluble impurities in water by pouring it through a filter paper. Boiling. Boiling helps in killing germs present in the water. Boiled and filtered water is safe for drinking. Chemical treatment. Chemicals such as chlorine, bleaching powder, and potassium permanganate are used to kill germs. Addition of chlorine to water for cleaning is called chlorination. It helps in killing the germs in water. Water conservation. Water is a precious resource. Life of the earth is not possible without water. We must conserve water for future generations. We can do this by following these ways. Repair leaking taps and pipes. Store water in clean and covered containers. Use bucket and mug rather than a shower to take bath.